Welcome back for yet another episode of Tesla Weekly News. This is for February 2nd to February 8th. And it's not a huge news week, but we're still going to just hop right into it as always.
Elon has invited people from the autopilot and the AI teams to his house for a hackathon party in the next few weeks. More details to come.
If you watched the Super Bowl this year, you may have noticed that Tesla did not run an ad. This is okay because Audi, Ford, Hummer, and Porsche did. And this still helps Tesla out because the goal of Tesla is to accelerate the world to sustainable energy. And if they have made good enough products that other automakers are now promoting EVs, they're doing exactly what they wanted to.
The most recent update, 2020.4.1, might bring better energy usage for some cars. A few things to look for. You might see less energy usage on trips you've previously taken, or if you plan a trip, you might see shorter charge times.
So Panasonic is the company that Tesla has partnered up with for battery cell production, and it looks like this last quarter they've posted their first profit ever for their US market. That combined with Tesla having their first annual profit, I think we're looking up here. Hopefully this is a trend that we continue to see in the future.
Chinese battery supplier CATL confirms that they have an agreement with Tesla to make batteries in China.
So this past week, Tesla stock has been all over the place. It started off at 780, got as high as 968, and then got back down to 750.
Tesla filed a new patent for a new steering wheel. The patent includes the gear selector being built into the wheel, and then the two buttons that are currently on the wheel would disappear, and those would be replaced with haptic touch buttons.
So even as Tesla fans, we still like to critique the company where we feel that it's fair. So this week there were two things, we're each going to touch on one. The first is that there are a lot of screens in the Model S and X that turn yellow on the borders. Some people have had this issue for over a year, and Tesla just keeps telling them that they'll be contacted when there's a fix. Now there is a fix, and only certain service centers have the equipment to fix it. There's somebody over on the Tesla Motors Club forum, and I'll include a link down below, but they show how you can get like a $25 UV light on Amazon, and you can do it yourself. That being said, if you're a do-it-yourselfer, go for it if you don't want to wait any longer. Tesla, if you do get this message at all, please reach out to people and get this fixed as soon as possible. The fact that people have turned to Amazon for a $25 fix really is saying that Tesla is falling behind on this, and that needs to be fixed.
There's been a lot of news about a used Model S that was sold by Tesla themselves that was originally said to have full self-driving, and then full self-driving was removed after the fact. Where this was included in all the paperwork, it's one of those things where Tesla should honor that and include that. As far as we know, it has not been included. It's like a $7,000 upgrade, and the backlash that Tesla has received because of this, I don't feel is worth it to the company. For the negative appearance that seems to have. That's a simple software fix, and we both agree that that should be included where that was on the original paperwork. I guess we'll see what Tesla does.
So the Model Y got an official EPA rating for the performance version. It turns out that it's getting a longer range than the Model 3. So the Model 3 is 310 miles, the Model Y is 315 miles. But if you look at the usage here, it shows that the Model 3 is still more efficient. What this leads me to believe is that the battery in the Model Y is actually slightly bigger, or there's more usable capacity than in the Model 3. We'll find out here in the next couple of weeks, but I was surprised to see that.
Also, Model Y tire specs are out on TireRack.com. The specs will be listed below. Performance upgrade will have a staggered setup, meaning the tires in the back are wider than the ones in the front.
And there was a public service announcement by 27-time world champ on Reddit, basically saying that if you have a performance Model 3 or any other car that has performance summer tires on during the winter, please get those swapped out. A lot of people don't realize how big of a difference this makes, but performance summer tires are not good at all in the winter or even in cold climates. I'd recommend at the very least getting at least all-season tires. If you live somewhere that's below 42 degrees, winter tires are preferred and recommended. If you're spending $50,000 or more on a car, don't cheap out on tires. They're the one point of contact that you have to the road. So this is really important that you get good tires for a nice car. So CarandDriver got their hands on both a performance Model S and a Porsche Taycan Turbo S, and the results were kind of surprising to me. I think that they did a really good job. We're gonna link their article down below. I personally recommend reading this article. It's not a super long one, but at the very end of the article, they have a bunch of different categories and they score each car just different points regarding each one. And then they get a total at the very end. And I was pretty surprised how close it was and to see which cars beat out the other in certain categories.
On to Elon Tweets. We're only going to focus on 2 this week. He tweeted a lot. These were the 2 biggest in our opinion. Elon tweeted a simple poll that had the question Giga Texas, with the possible answers being hell yeah and nope. 80% of the 305,000 votes were in favor of it. Tesla owners Silicon Valley asked Elon, "Can we get the side cameras to show up when backing up?" And Elon replied, "Yes." And to wrap up, let's take a look at the superchargers this week. There were 5 permits, 2 in the US, 1 in Sweden, 1 in Australia, and 1 in Canada. 7 under construction, 5 in the US, and 2 in Austria. 10 openings, 7 in the US, 1 in Canada, and 2 in Austria. 2 temporary closures, and both are already open again, 1 in the US and 1 in Canada, and 2 permanently closed in Australia.
Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with somebody that might be interested, and we'll see you in the next one.
Superchargers!
That's what we're putting in.